Sweet. That's good. That's good. You know, with what Rake said about the Earth is wobbling, extreme cold air spills off the top, and unstable patterns, isn't even that wrong with what I was saying either. With the bomb cyclone that's going on, causing a lot of this like extremely cold weather we're seeing. It all kinds of comes together in a way. How's everybody doing though? Hopefully quite well. Hopefully you're staying warm. Trying to stay warm anyway. What's up, Jags? How's it going? Let me refresh this. I always like to refresh it. There we go. There we go. Freezing. Brr. What's up, Janelle? How's it going? But yeah, with the bomb cyclone, the reason the weather is going the way it is because I don't know if you guys know what that is. Basically, it's the temperatures around the world are pretty high, so they're kind of like floating upward, essentially towards like what the Arctic in the North Pole, and it's like pushing on like this circle, and it's causing a bunch of that cold air, cold weather up there. It has to go somewhere, so it's being pushed down from the north, and we are facing the repercussions of that. You can kind of see it. It's like assaulting from the north. Hello, Barry. Very sorry again to hear about your mom. That's very unfortunate. I went through something similar at the start of the year, so I know how that can go. Very unfortunate. Here's like a little. Here's an example. Occurs when the excess heat from the other areas of the planet pushes up on the Arctic cap, which is up here, forcing that cold air to be placed elsewhere, which is down here. Unmitigated, yeah, this is about global and climate change and all that, yada. But look at that. That's basically what's happening. You can see here the heat from around the world pushing up and causing all this. So that explains why we're dealing with all this right now. 2019. Dang, it's been a while. Hopefully you have a good one this year. 13 degrees. It's 6 degrees where I'm at, so enjoy your excess temperatures. Very lucky. Oh, it's like cold everywhere, though. I don't know one place in the United States where it's like, it's pretty warm here. Christmas is gonna suck. I'm very sorry to hear about that again, Daniel. Robert Robinson. Who? Who got exposed? Oh, do you think that's my last name? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's close, I guess. I mean, it's almost the right letters, right? Robison. Yeah, it's the right amount of letters. That's impressive. My last name starts with a W, though, so I'm not really sure where you're getting Robert Robinson from. I've said my last name several times on the stream. You can go find it somewhere on the channel. But all right, anyway. Well, in about, like we usually do, in about like 10 minutes, we'll get started on all the games. We've got a good full slate ahead of us. We've got 15 to go over. All right, well, I mean, what's my last name? It's in the 20s here, Oregon, freezing rain. Ooh, sorry to hear, Banshee. You guys seem to be avoiding it a little bit anyway over on the West Coast. We're in the thick of it. We got a blizzard going on. It's 6 degrees. We got like the brutal side of it. It's like, ooh, not only are we getting hit with this wind, we're also getting hit with a bunch of snow. But supposedly it could be like good next week. Like it's not even supposed to be like shitty. Like next week it could be like in the like higher temperatures. So Kid Darkness. Yeah, I tell everyone yeah, that's not that shocking. I live in Mount Pleasant. Rams Broncos, the Walmart Bowl. Hey, there we go. That'll be it. That's a good way to describe that. Both teams owned by one of the Waltons, I believe, or at least somebody connected to the Walmart Trust. With Stan Kroenke, I think his wife is part of the Walmart heirs. Kind of a fun fact. Pretty soon we're gonna have like great value brand NFL gear. Like you can either buy the Fanatics brand or you can get yourself a great value brand Broncos jersey. It'll be pretty cool. She owns Avalanche on paper. Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, they're pretty good owners. They won what, 2 titles this year? Yeah, guys, he doxed me on information I give away publicly. You got me. What's my middle name? If you can say that, you win. But something tells me you don't even know that information. What's up, Ape? Abigail, God damn it, dude. I know. My parents didn't think I was going to be a guy, so that my name was going to be Roberta Abigail. But Roderick? You don't think my parents have any creativity? They were just like, let's think of a name with all R's. Is it Wallace? That's a lot closer than anybody should probably be. It's William. That was actually going to be my first name, but if you know how the name William can nickname, it's Billy. And if you know how the name Robert nicknames, it's Bob. And if you put them names together, my name would have been Billy Bob. So that would have been that would have been bad. That would have been bad. Or PMS. Oh, that's an unfortunate set of initials. Named Robert Robertson. Yeah, probably a ton of people with that name. If my last name was like something you can name somebody for a first name, I would do that. I think that's funny when people do that. I'm like, oh, it takes a set of balls. Cool. I mean, are you going to pay for them? Oh, Big Scar. Yeah, that was sad. But yeah, my name almost was Will. But instead it's Robert William. So that way I'm not Billy Bob. We'll get started on the games in like a minute here, guys, like usual. We like to fuck around for a little bit. These aren't like the strictest like streams. It's just once we get in the games, let's just stick to the right games. Because we can't be jumping around being like, let's talk about the Seahawks and Chiefs. It's like we're talking about the Lions and Panthers. Yeah, but like, who's going to win in the Commanders and 49ers? Yeah, we'll get there when we get there. Don't worry. The only game we could skip is like, you hang out with kids like Valix and Mysterio. I don't even think those guys are in my Discord. But what's wrong with Valix and Mysterio? Valix is a cool dude. Mysterio's a cool dude. You're on the Raiders. Oh, you like the yeah? I like the Raiders this week as well. Just something about the Steelers. I don't know. I just don't believe in. Don't buy it. I don't know. Paquette's gonna start for them, so that's big. I think Jackson's out this week. I know Hunt's out this week, so the Eagles aren't going to have him. That's going to be really big in that game, I think. Not really sure how Gardner's going to do it in a super high intensity game. Pretty much a playoff game. Let's be honest. There's a couple games this weekend that you could pretty much be like, oh, this is a playoff game. Giants Vikings is going to have major playoff atmosphere. Patriots Bengals will. Commanders Niners will. No, I don't know about the Niners. They may like pull back a little bit. Eagles Cowboys 100% will. Yeah, there's a few playoff atmosphere games coming this weekend. Bandwagon Bears fan? Yeah, bear down, I guess. I don't know. The 24th is Devontae Adams' birthday. Oh shit, it's his birthday game. Mans is about to go off. So yeah, kind of a good weekend coming. Bear down, Rob. Okay. You're not a very good troll. Do you do anything funny? Or should we just get rid of you? The only other birthday tomorrow is a safety for Seattle. Oh, is it Quandre Diggs? He's like the only safety I can know for Seattle. I don't know their other safeties. It's like they got Diggs and another guy. That's their safeties. All right, you don't really do anything funny, do you? All right, Kid Darkness. Well, we're going to start talking about football, so are you going to contribute to the conversation, or are we getting rid of you? All right, we're getting rid of you. Welcome back, Janelle. I gave him plenty of time to answer. He just wouldn't answer. All right, you guys ready to get started on the actual bulk of the stream? Yeah, we were on. Yep, we covered the game. It was a pretty good one. Well, I guess. I enjoy watching the Jets lose, so I enjoyed the game. But other people may not just enjoy watching the Jets lose, so, you know. Every time the Jets lose, I laugh a little bit. It's therapy for me. Especially when a season's not gone exactly too well as a Patriots fan. It's like, all right, at least the Jets suck now. That's hilarious. All that firepower and they don't have a quarterback. That's sad. I actually like their helmets. I actually think their uniforms are pretty solid. For being green, I usually don't fuck with green uniforms. I think they're usually awful. But theirs aren't bad. But the font's a little strange on them. A little bit of a strange font. It's like, it feels like it's like too compressed like this. It's like you got a lot more space to use than that. All right, anyway. All right, let's look at these first games. We have the Falcons and the Ravens. Seems like a pretty straightforward game. Let's look at the lines. Ravens are favored by 6.5 with an over-under at 34.5, which is probably going to be an accurate score. And then let's see, who do we got? 96% of the experts are on the Ravens and only 4% on the Falcons. What happened to Tory Lane? Oh, did they find him guilty? That's right. He was found guilty, wasn't he? Well, somebody shot that bitch. Who shot the bitch? Yeah, he's in trouble, though. He's probably going for like 20 years. He's in some big trouble. Don't know much about the specifics, but it doesn't look good. And you can be like, well, there was no DNA on that gun, but it's like you can wipe the gun off with a cloth. You know what I mean? Smear the DNA. You know, there's a reason like people go like this and like wipe a gun off after they kill some. You know what I mean? So I don't find that to be particularly appealing to like, oh, he didn't do it. His DNA wasn't on there. No, I feel you. Yeah, I feel it. I feel it, KHY. Yeah, I kind of have questions too, because it's possible that the other girl shot her in the foot too. You know. But hey, I didn't really follow the trial too closely. So yeah, anyway, Ravens and Falcons. We have Huntley going up against probably Desmond Ridder yet again, but I haven't really heard if he's going to start again. They might start Mariota, but I kind of doubt it. When you go off Mariota, there's no reason to go back to Marcus Mariota in any real way. So, I don't know. Anybody got the Falcons in this one? I think the Ravens defense completely shuts them down. I would have voted guilty just for that, Jags, personally. I'd have been like, he did it. I don't even need to hear the case. I seen her ass cheeks. Falcons will upset the Ravens? Really? Falcons are going to win, no Lamar. Even with the Ravens defense and the Falcons offense looking absolutely miserable the last few weeks against this rather good Ravens defense as of late. They held the Browns to just 13 points, and that's a decent Browns offense led by a pretty good quarterback and a good run game. Do we think the Falcons have more than enough to score against them? And then we can even look back to the Broncos, with who they shut down as well. And I think a team before that and a team before that. Yeah, their offense looks bad, but the Falcons' defense is kind of chintzy, not that good, not that talented. Do we just think that the Falcons have enough offense to score here? And that's where I'm kind of leaning. I have this as like a 10-0 type game, 13-0, 13-7. Yeah, see what I mean? The Texans fans all really, really want to beat the Titans this weekend. Every single Texans fan, they don't care about anything to do with the draft this weekend. There's like just one game. Please, God, let us win one game. They'd probably even take a losing season next year if they could win this game and knock the Titans out of the playoffs right now. Whew. That's all they care about. They'd be like, oh, that was a good season. Yeah, Baltimore has the time of possession for scoring off at defense. You might be right. Yeah, it's one of the things where it's like Baltimore could probably just shut them out. The Jags 7-8. They won their game yesterday, improved to 7-8. Trevor Lawrence, if there was a most improved player, would probably win that award this year. Top like bottle top. Yeah. Oh, like they're the number one for scoring defense. Oh, wow. Yeah, they'll probably score off of the Falcons defense enough to win the game then. There you go, Kevin. It has to be against your arch rival, the Titans. All right, that's probably all we need to provide for this game. It seems like a lot more people are thinking the Falcons will win this game, which is interesting. We'll see how that one plays out. Okay. We got what could be the most exciting game of the weekend, the Lions taking on the Panthers. Lions looking for their 7th win in 8 games, which would put them at 8-7 after a 1-6 start. And then there's the Carolina Panthers, who are somehow still alive in their division at 5-9. Because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are just 6-8 and in first place. So, unironically, this has playoff implications, and this could actually feel like a playoff game. Let's go look at the lines. The Lions are favored by 2.5 with an over-under of 43.5. 92% of the experts have the Lions winning. The top guy with the best record in picks for experts has the Panthers. Then a couple other guys do, but then the majority of people have the Panthers winning, or the Lions winning. I've seen a lot of Lions wax. And what's up, Kevin? What's up, Adam? Merry Christmas to everybody if I don't see you again, but I'll probably see y'all tomorrow, by the way. Make sure you guys press like too if you don't mind. Get a few more people up in here. But yeah, we're on the Lions and the Panthers right now, everybody. You're just tuning in. What are we thinking here? Lions wax them. Yeah, I have the Lions winning. While the Panthers play pretty good football, sometimes they're super inconsistent when they do show up. You never really know what you're going to get from them offensively. They could do nothing. They could have a decent run game. The Panthers are about one of the biggest question marks to play this season. You just don't know what you're going to get week in and week out. Meanwhile, from the Lions, you know that they're going to be... one of the things you can look at is teams after they play the Jets and how they perform after they play the Jets. I think the Lions are going to look like they're shot out of a fucking out of a bazooka basically when they go play this Panthers team, because the Panthers play decent defense, but I don't think they play like the Jets do. So it's like, can Carolina stop this team? We have the Ravens and now we're on the Lions and Panthers, Kev. We just got really started, so you haven't missed anything. Hey, here we go, Jacob. You made it all the way to 18. Unless the snowstorm gets you. How's the storm, by the way, for everybody? You guys all staying warm? Detroit by 9. Yeah, I think everyone's kind of feeling the Lions win this game. Do we think the Panthers could upset them? Or, nah. Not this one. I'm not going to the Browns game tomorrow. It's going to be so cold. Yeah, I don't blame you. It's awful out. Like 2 degrees and shit. It's just like, ooh. It's full of snow everywhere. It's dangerous. Everything's icy. Getting hit with a bomb cyclone. Just those words make me go, I don't think I should go outside if we're getting bomb cycloned. Sounds dangerous. I don't know. This game doesn't have much enticing. Now, it's not as exciting as the next game we're going to cover, though. It was below 10 here in Texas. Yeah, I was going to say, Adam, for you guys down in Texas, you guys are getting, historically cold. But, hey, at least your fucking grid's holding up. It may be flashy, a little shitty in some spots. But at least it's not rolling blackouts like the last deep freeze. So at least you guys did a little bit to get your grid up. There you go, Jacob. Yeah, it's not a bad thing. Yeah, unfortunately, the weather kind of ruined football this weekend for some. What's up, Amon? Jared Goff hasn't played well on the road this year. I'm not saying the Panthers will win, but it is going to be cold, and the Panthers have a good defense and a solid running game, which can certainly help. Yeah, I mean, that'll help. Teams haven't really particularly ran the ball well on the Lions as of late, but we'll see. Lions can also run the shit out of it, too. And I do think that's one of the Panthers' Achilles' heels anyway on defense. So we'll see. I don't know. It's going to be a better game than I think people are giving it credit for, especially since both teams are fighting for playoff life. So this will have mini playoff feel to it. And Jared Goff did all right on the road against the Jets last weekend. So I have faith that against a much worse defense on the road, I mean, not much worse, but a worse defense on the road, he hopefully will play pretty well. The Bengals tomorrow? Yeah, the Patriots can pull that off. Anyway, let's get on to the game of the week, right? Bills versus the Bears. I know, we're all waiting in anticipation for this one. Our mouths are drooling. This is a better Christmas present than anything we could possibly ask for or get. Better than the cure for AIDS, cancer, pretty much everything is the Bills versus the Chicago Bears in 2022. Let's see what the odds in this game are. The Bills are favored by 8.5 points with an over-under of 40.5. And Where is the game? 97% of the experts have the Bills winning and only 3% have the Bears. Kind of surprised to see anyone picking the Bears, but I mean, hey, I guess there could be something crazy. The Knicks lost, Seth, though? I'm sorry. You were really looking forward? Well, you know, the weather sucks. Sorry about that, though, Jacob. But I don't know. Does anyone think the Bills are going to lose this game? That's the real question. Because the Bills are playing for the division. This guy's been great lately. Expecting a backdoor cover by the Bears, probably a late touchdown to cover the 8-point spread. Yeah, that's really the main question in this game is, do the Bears cover the spread? So the Bears will win. You got Buffalo on that one. Okay, we see a Buffalo up. We see a Bears upset. There's a couple people that think the Bears could pull an upset. Personally, I don't think the Bears can pull the upset in terms of just like winning the game straight up. But I do think they might cover that spread, especially in the cold where Buffalo can kind of lag a little bit at times. And, you know, I don't know, maybe Chicago's defense has themselves an afternoon. A Christmas miracle. Ooh. Maybe Josh Allen will be visited by the ghost of Christmas mid and he'll start playing bad. It'll be like, I don't know, Ryan Leaf, Jamarcus Russell, and Zach Wilson ghosts coming and haunting Josh Allen to make him play bad. What's up, Quan? So that's my analysis on that game, I think. I don't really have anything serious to say. The problem is that the Bills are going to stack the box literally every time. The Bears literally don't have the receivers to scare the Bills. So, yeah, because you can just basically man up on all those Bills receivers. They just man cover each of them. Not even like a press man. You could just kind of like light man, just run with them and just knock the ball out. I guess if they beat you, they beat you. But Fields can't really throw that well right now. So if he's even going to play, holy shit. Yeah, I don't know why they made you guys play on Christmas. I don't know why they keep making your fucking team play on like big time, big schedule games. It's like a torture for the rest of us. Throw 6 picks. Sheesh. I'm glad Justin Fields is doing well. People wrote him off. Yeah, I'm glad as well. Same with Trevor Lawrence. I'm glad both of them are proving people wrong. I hope Mac does it next year as well. Chicago will be in the middle of the cyclone bomb. Yeah, I mean, that's why I think the Bears could stake in this game a little bit, but trying to make Wilson quit. Zach Wilson. So you guys want to know something funny? You guys would think that Zach Wilson's finally done, right? And this is starting to make me wonder, is Robert Saleh a bad head coach? And I'm very glad the Lions didn't fucking hire this guy now. He said Zach Wilson's not done. They're going to give Zach Wilson another shot. He's still competing to be the starter. I'm not kidding you. He didn't say he's done. I would have been like, yeah, he's done here. He ain't playing no more. If he doesn't fix his throwing problems, then fuck this guy. I hope so. I would have fucking threw him under the bus and said he needs to fix his throwing mechanics if he expects to play for my team again. Fuck that. That's awful. At some point, you got to throw that kid under the bus. Nothing's motivating him. Nothing's making him get better. He's like playing worse each time he gets benched. It's like you're not supposed to, like, how do you throw worse each time? Go talk to Joe fucking Flacco and figure out how to throw football properly. You have like a great mentor literally sitting right on the bench, like a master of mechanics and form in Joe Flacco, and your dumbass is throwing off foot platform, carrying the ball around here before you throw it, going like this to bring it up to throw it. There's so many like basic things wrong with Wilson's throwing like mechanics, and it's like, dude, hike the ball, hold it the fuck here, and throw it like that. What the fuck are you doing? He has too good of an arm to be bullshitting around with what he's doing right now. It's like, dude, quit trying to be Patrick Mahomes and figure out who Zach Wilson is and you might actually be good. Like he's like not he's like rawly talented. It's so stupid. It's like, what are you doing, Zach? Literally, plant your feet, carry the ball up here. You have this really long throw, and like Trevor Lawrence, for example, like they pointed out in the game last year, he was doing this. You see the problem with doing this for a throw-in motion instead of going like this? Carry ball here, snap, throw. And Trevor Lawrence is now a good quarterback with a fast, lightning fast release, and it's like that's so important. This whole thing to release the ball is sack, sack, interception, sack, 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 interception, sack, sack, sack. It's funny how every time a young QB struggles, everyone compares him to Josh Allen and explains how he can be fixed. But we've seen many a QB struggle and never met it up. Yeah, Josh Allen's a very rare case because he doesn't have a stupid ass ego. He wanted to get better. And he knew that like he has a different mindset. You know what I mean? Like I thought he was done. Like I was like, Josh Allen's done. Guys don't get better. Like he doesn't want to. I didn't think he wanted to fix his mechanics. I thought his ego was too big to fix his mechanics. Because a lot of guys get offended when you start talking about that. It's like, dude, I made it to the NFL doing this. I know what I'm doing. Okay. Okay. Yep, pretty much. That's what I feel to him on. I thought that with Josh Allen, but I was dead wrong with that one. And I was very happy to be wrong because he's really fun to watch. Josh reminds me a lot of Cam Newton, a lot of Cam Newton, and that kind of scares me, a little bit with Josh Allen because it's like, man, I really hope one. And I know Cam got hurt in the pocket, taking a bad hit to the shoulder by T.J. Watt, but it's like, how many times did he dive fucking shoulder first before his shoulder just gave up on a fucking pretty straight up hit? I mean, how many times can you fucking take massive shoulder damage diving shoulder first into the end zone before eventually you get popped in the shoulder and it messes everything up? I don't know. What upset Patriots over the Bengals? We'll get to that when we get to it. All right, let's go on to the Saints and the Browns, though. We spent a lot of time. That wasn't really about that. That was more just bullshit about Zach Wilson. Because again, you can see where there could be a good quarterback in there, but he just seems so fucking lazy and just not wanting to be that guy. All right, you got the Saints and the Browns. 5-9 Saints, 6-8 Browns. Neither team is really a playoff team, so pretty relevant game. The Browns are favored by 2.5 with an over/under of 32.5. 82% of people are on the Browns, 18% on the Saints. Only a few people in the tops of the experts picked the Saints. Packers can get an upset too. Josh Allen's style play scares me, but people think his career is going to be cut short are stupid. Oh yeah, I agree with that, Amon. That's the thing that Cam didn't have fallbacking on when his mobility got kind of fucked up toward the end. He didn't really have that like big arm that he could fall back on that Josh does. So as long as he doesn't get hurt like through here, like neck, right side, through his like ear, basically his right torso up through his like shoulder, through to his neck. As long as that doesn't get hurt, yeah, you can always just fall back on his arm. Yeah. I mean, it's not as... He tends to throw a lot of picks, but, I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. Is there really too much we can provide about this game that's, like, super relevant or makes a difference? Browns win? Yeah, I think this game sucks. I don't really have to... Again, if the game doesn't really have too much playoff implications, if there isn't really too much that would make me want to change the pick, like there probably isn't going to be too much to say. Hey, by the way, we're up at 9 likes, so if you haven't left a like, consider doing so. It'll help us, break the 10 like barrier and get more and more people in. Maybe, you know how it goes. We get yellow badge, so we need the likes for stream performance. You got Nick Chubb in fantasy and need him to go off. Yeah, basically, it's like I just got guys on this for fantasy and I need them to do well. So, anyway, let's move on. This game sucks. I don't want to spend time on a bad game with nothing on the line. All right, this is a good game because the Chiefs need to win this game. Both these teams are fighting for the #1 seed in the AFC, the Bills and the Chiefs, so this game has some significance. Seahawks are also fighting for their playoff life, so this could have a little bit of a playoff feel to it. Though the Chiefs, there's not much desperation to win this game unless they really want to be the 1 seed. So Seahawks at Chiefs. What do we got? Chiefs are favored by 10 with an over-under of 49.5. 97% of the experts are on the Chiefs, only 3% on the Seahawks, with not a single top expert picking the Seahawks, all on the Chiefs. So it seems like people have finally given up on the old Geno thing. He's kind of cooled off a little bit. He's no longer cooking, or at least his cooking is more like reheating takeout. That was really good. And adding a little bit of like kapow, some spices. Seattle, well, their defense sucks, and Geno Smith is kind of coming back down to earth a little bit. I think they're dealing with a couple injuries. Their offense, I think, had like 1 or 2 injuries on the O-line, and things kind of like collapsed in on themselves. When you're a team that's very thin and you're winning games, the worst thing that can ever happen to you is like one guy getting hurt. It could fuck everything up. You know what I mean? Because if you don't have the replacement, and especially on O-line, the whole offense falls apart. And I think Kenneth Walker was dealing with an injury, and he's been kind of, in and out of the lineup with like a nagging thing going on. Geno Smith, as good as he's been playing all year, I don't really think he's that guy. And it seems like they're slowly falling back to a more what we thought they'd be. But I mean, they had such a good run this year. It's been fun to watch the Seahawks kind of outperform their expectations. But the clock seems to have struck maybe possibly midnight for this Cinderella story. Because this is probably the worst team to run into this year. A team called the Chiefs. The team nobody thought was going to win this goddamn division for some reason, which is... I felt like I was living in like this weird sunken place this summer where I had to like remind people that the Chiefs were really good. Whenever they came up with the AFC West, it'd be like, Chiefs are finishing last, dude. They might have the worst team in the AFC now. Because they lost Tyreek Hill? Yeah, dude, they're done. Chargers winning that division, then the Broncos, and then the Raiders, and then the Chiefs. They might win 3 games, dude. Adam's like, this is true. I remember these conversations with people. And I'm the only one who is going, I'm pretty sure they're going to win the division and that dipshit's going to win MVP. And guess what? He's going to win MVP, and it sucks. Because I get to tell everyone I told you so. It's the one time I get to celebrate a Mahomes MVP and a Chiefs doing good this year is because, number one, come on. Do you guys remember in the offseason how many people were like dogging on the Chiefs saying they suck now, they weren't going to be good, Mahomes was finished? And I was like, I don't know, guys. He's only getting better. They let Tyreek go because they were like, we don't need him anymore. And they don't. How much more dangerous, though, would they be with Tyreek Hill this year? Jesus Christ. Really stop and think about that one. That is a frightening football team with Tyreek Hill. They're undefeated this year. Anybody stopping them? Tyreek Hill having a breakout year, Mahomes having a fucking phenomenal year without him. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, they'll probably win this game pretty easily. Seattle's defense isn't ready for this. Especially since the Chiefs can run the ball a little bit now with Pacheco. So I don't know. I hate talking positively about the Chiefs, but I guess somebody's got to do it. Ugh. Anyway, guys, I just blacked out for like a few minutes there, so whatever happened. I don't know what happened. Blacked out for a minute. Did we cover the Seahawks Chiefs? Are we done with that game? Imagine Mahomes as your quarterback, though. Gotta suck to suck. Anyway, let's move on. I don't want to talk about these fucking people anymore. Giants and Vikings. Finally a game where one of the teams is in a fucking dumpster fire. Yeah, I don't even know what happened. Some other guy was talking for me for a minute. I don't know. Anyway. I'm just a little like shell shocked, huh? Oh, by the way, these are all on Saturday. This is all tomorrow. Isn't that awesome? I feel like I mentioned that, but yeah, tomorrow is when all the football games are, not on Sunday. That's why we're doing our preview stream a day early rather than tomorrow night. It would have been really confusing if we just skipped the Saturday night game and just go live at like 9:30 and we're like, all right, here's our picks for the week. It's like, dude, you missed like everything. Only 4 games this week that we can cover, but hey, it is what it is. How'd you not realize? Anyway, Giants and Vikings, 8-5-1, 11-3. A lot can happen in this game. Well, the Vikings, I guess, are just kind of fighting for the 1 seed. But with the Giants, a win here puts them in the playoffs. Simple as that. I think they need a win and like 4 other things to happen. I think if Seattle loses and Washington loses, and I think if Detroit loses, it doesn't matter if the Giants lose this game or win this game. But they need like 5 other teams to lose a game, but either way, if the Giants can somehow upset the Vikings, which I don't think is impossible, then it would be the Giants making the playoffs. Go up to the top because I think that was up there. Yep, Vikings are 3.5 point favorites with an over/under of 49.5. The NFL Pick Watch stuff has 87% of the experts on the Vikings, only 13 on the Giants, with a couple people picking the Vikings out of the Giants out of the experts, but most of them on the Vikings. What are we thinking here, everybody? The first game with actual merit behind it. And then there's a couple more good ones that follow. Really about 3 good games this weekend, about 4. Everything else kind of sucks. But Giants Vikings. Giants defense will probably be able to keep them like weirdly close in this game, especially if Kayvon Thibodeau is able to put up like any kind of a performance like he did last weekend. That was pretty good. He came finally to life after doing pretty much nothing for the majority of the season. He's like, I guess it's time to play football. I'm sure Giants fans were ecstatic, though. That fucking kid took that game over and pretty much won it by himself. Do we think that's enough, though, to stop the Giants? Do we think, or the Vikings? Do we think if the Giants defense isn't quite able to penetrate and dominate this football game, do we think that the Giants offense can do anything against a pretty shitty Vikings defense? I mean, they'll probably be able to score, put points up against the Vikings. You know what I mean? Just because it's, fucking Vikings defense has been getting kind of pieced out on by like everybody. Would they give up 36 points to the Colts? And the Colts offense is far worse than the Giants offense this year, I would have to argue. Yeah, Daniel Jones could have like a season like performances. Saquon Barkley could go for like 8,000 yards. I mean, the upset is very possible in this game, and it's one of them ones where you look at it and you're like, is this an upset? Minnesota's already won the division. They're really just playing for the number 1 seed, and they actually have a pretty good shot at it, but it's one of them things where if the Eagles got to lose out to basically not get the 1 seed. And if Dallas finishes with the same record, Dallas has that tiebreaker over them. So it's kind of, does Minnesota just kind of pull punches, kind of try not to get injured in this game? How important is the 1 seed to the Vikings? So it doesn't matter that much. A few things to keep in mind. I personally, I'm going to be going with the Vikings just because they're a bullshit ass lucky football team this year. They're at home. I think their offense will be able to score pretty well against the Giants defense, despite, Giants defense being pretty good. And I don't really know how well the Giants offense is, so I don't really know how they're going to do. If they were like a consistent unit this year and I kind of could like, oh, this is kind of what they are, this is what they do, and it works well against teams like the Vikings, I'm picking the Giants in an upset. But we don't know what Giants offense is showing up. If they show up what they did last week, yeah, they'll win this game. But if they don't, and they look like, some other Giants offenses we've seen over this season, yeah. All right. Well, that's probably enough for that game. You guys can add your thoughts if you'd like. I know some people are just chilling listening, which is cool. But if you want to add your 2 cents into any of the picks or any of the ongoing affair games, just throw your 2 cents in and yada yada. Hold on a second. Had to send a message really quick into the Discord. Voice is smooth and soothing. Well, that's good. Microphone is nice and clear. Let me get a drink of water. All right, anyway. The Bengals and Patriots. What a game. Possibly game of the century. What do we got for the lines? The Bengals are favored by 3 with an over-under of 41.5. The Bengals are favored by 90% of the experts, with only one genius, Colleen Wolfe, smartest lady on the panel, who is also picking the Giants, son of a bitch. All right, never mind. She's not that smart. Then most of the experts got the Patriots losing, so that's a bummer. What's up, Nicholas? I drink water all the time. I just don't like doing it on camera because I typically wince and I cringe. It fucking tastes gross. But I like to before I go live, I'll usually down like a cup of water so that way I can talk for a really long time. Or else my shit would get fucked up. And then after stream, I'll usually down a water or 2. It tastes like shit to me. That's why I don't like things that are tasteless. It tastes gross to me. I make a taste up in my head. I don't care what anybody says. Water has a taste. It's fucking spicy and fucking weird. There's good water. I like good water, but Mac Rush for at least a touchdown. Have you tried LaCroix? Yeah, I've tried that stuff. I don't like flavored water. It fucking makes me sick. I'm like, I just want pop. So I go get a pop. You know what I mean? I like spring water. In like a glass bottle. That shit tastes like, so good. It's got the right spices, the right herbal senses on it. You can tell it came from a good faucet. I'm extremely healthy. And I have an extremely advanced sense of taste. That's why I don't like things that don't have any taste. It trips me out quite a bit, and it like creates this weird mental what's the word I'm looking for? This weird mental block with it. Oh, you're good, Ben. You're good. But not half. We're at the Patriots Bengals. So you missed kind of like all the shitty games. We can you want to recap? Super palates. Yeah, I have a really heightened sense of taste because I can't smell, touch, or hear very well. No, I can touch well. I got good touch and I got good taste. I have the two shittiest senses. Basically, real quick, Ven, it's I haven't switched any of my picks, so it's Ravens, Lions, Bills, Browns, Chiefs, and Vikings. But Giants are a team I think could get an upset this weekend. What's up, Kryptonian? Volcanic water, Fiji water. Yeah, I like stuff like that. That stuff tastes good. That has the right taste. Yeah, I like that shit. I like syrup. Dude, corn. Have you ever drank straight up corn syrup? Fucking delicious. Oh, it's got the right. That stuff makes me fucking so jacked. I'm like, that hurts my eyes to open them that wide. Yeah, I blacked out when I had to say nice things about the Chiefs. I think it's a medical condition. It was crazy. I didn't even know what was going on. Suddenly I was chilling, then all of a sudden I just blacked out, and like I was like, oh. Or I guess we talked about the Seahawks and the Chiefs game. You're thinking with your same picks? So pretty much same here. Anyway, you guys want to get back into the games? We're on the Bengals and the Patriots. So far my analysis of that game has been pretty good. Yeah, feel free to pretty much kind of go whatever games. You don't have to like talk about the specific game I'm on. Just if you want to. Anyway, Bengals and Patriots. Here's why I think the Patriots can get an upset. After we do a play like that, we have to get the upset win. Or else we look like some stupid bitches. That's basically my whole thesis. Plus, that one dude's got a broken hand. They're not the greatest at pass blocking. We have Matthew Judon, and their left tackle isn't as good as us. Your black Nick Foles jersey? Yeah. Hendrickson? Yeah, Hendrickson's got a broken hand. No, the voices in my head like the Chiefs. One of them named Dirty Billy. He's a big Chiefs guy. Still sticking with the Bengals, though. Can't go against them right now. So basically, here's how I really break this pick down in my head. Everyone who picks the Bengals is correct. If you pick the Patriots, you're fucking crazy. You're basically thinking, yeah, I think Matt Patricia can definitely beat the Bengals. I think it'll be 24-17 Bills win. Because of the weather conditions in Chicago. They're playing off a tundra because it goes like Soldier Field and then Lake Michigan. They're like right by each other. So that fucking place is going to be a shit show tomorrow. Yeah, we're going to be playing fundamentally perfect football. That's going to be a given. Our defense is a little better than people think it is, so we have the corners to kind of shut that down a little bit. We held DeAndre Hopkins in check, and maybe I sound very confident. Joe Burrow personally told me he didn't want to beat the Patriots, so we got that going. Zach Taylor is a bitch compared to Bill Belichick and has girl titties. This is valid analysis, by the way. This is better than what you'll hear on ESPN. Yeah, I know, Ven. If we get the shit smacked out of us like we usually do when we play Cincinnati, I'm going to be so upset. And maybe like some of our special teams guys feel slighted from the Pro Bowl snubs that we all got, like Brandon Schooler and Matt Slater for some fucking Jets loser. I can't believe, by the way, Brandon fucking Schooler, who's caused like 6 muff punts this year, didn't get selected to be the special teamer. What has that Jets special teamer done that our boy hasn't? Schooler is basically replacing fucking Slater, who's one of the greatest special teamers in league history, and I'm not really certain as to why Brandon Schooler wasn't selected. He's caused so many muff punts this year. We were picked, so there's more people besides me picking the Patriots to get an upset this weekend. This is, by the way, my big upset pick of the weekend. Well, Hayden Hurst he's a ginger joke. He's not playing, actually. I actually like Hayden Hurst. He's out, though. I have him on one of my fantasy teams. Unlike Trevor Lawrence, who doesn't even try to stop the ball carrier, do you think Trevor Lawrence will get out of the way and try not to make a tackle on a defender like a pussy? You got the Bengals. Yeah, I mean, the Bengals is a smarter pick. Hey, Jags, at least my quarterback's not afraid to try to make a tackle on a player. Have you ever seen Trevor Lawrence do that? At least he tried. He just probably shouldn't have because, Chandler Jones is a fucking menace. But how many quarterbacks do you think try to do that? That fucking would... Let's see you tackle fucking Chandler Jones. And what do you think that would look like from any quarterback trying to tackle Chandler Jones? Please tell me. What do you think they're going to do it? Do you think that anybody looks good as a quarterback trying to tackle Chandler Jones? Tell me, what do you think any quarterback in the NFL would look like trying to tackle Chandler Jones? Especially in the position where he's right in front of you. You have no time to react. You have half a millisecond to react to that man. Tell me, what quarterback tackles him? No, he wouldn't have. He'd have been stiff-armed to the ground just like fucking Mac Jones was. Every single quarterback, that's exactly how they go down in that situation to Chandler Jones. 100% of them. You want to know why? Because he put full force into that, because that's the only time on earth you can fuck a quarterback up. Sorry to tell you, but guess what? They're fucking targeted when that shit happens. Well, Jags, you're built different, dude. Jags, you're 5'3", 101 pounds, dude. Nobody would fuck with you. Aaron Rodgers wouldn't even get in the way. He'd be like, fuck that. Aaron Rodgers would olay his ass and try and trip him. Yeah, that was a bad look, by the way. The Patriots let the Raiders win. We gave that to them. We knew Josh needed a win. We know we needed for his confidence. We can afford a loss that week. It wasn't that big a deal. We knew, we like Josh McDaniels, so we decided to throw the game. That's, plus, like, everyone keeps talking about this crazy play, and I'm like, I don't remember this crazy play that everyone keeps trying to sell me on. I'm like, guys, I watched the game. It was a Hail Mary, and Chandler Jones strip sacked our boy Mac. What happened? I mean, it happens. You guys are trying to act like strip sacks are like the worst play in league history, and it's really weird. I don't even remember. Whatever. Everyone's like, this big fumble Ruski. I'm like, what? No, Mac went back to throw like a 70-yard Hail Mary, like every team would do, and Chandler Jones just knocked the ball out of his hand and pushed him out of the way and ran in a touchdown. You guys watched it, That's what happened, right? Right? I have a question, though. In all seriousness, could Mac have rethrown the ball forward? Because there was never a forward pass on that play, right? And with flea flickers, it's essentially the same concept, right? Like, because with a flea flicker, you go beyond the line of scrimmage and pitch the ball back to the quarterback. He throws it. Since there was no forward pass, Could Mac have been thrown back the football and then thrown the ball downfield? Is that like a thing that could have technically happened? Yeah, I mean, no, I'm just trying to. This is irrelevant because that's not what they were trying to do. Jacoby Myers just fucked up. But like, could he have? This is like a more hypothetical situation. I think, right? Because there was never a forward. You're allowed one forward throw beyond the behind the line of scrimmage of play. So yeah, he would have been behind the line. Yep. I wonder if Mac would have got it and threw it. I think that was probably Mac's plan if he actually got the ball to him. And that maybe was what Myers flashed through his head. Maybe we could try a fucking crazy throw. And by the way, people keep trying to like push this. Oh, it would have been illegal men downfield. Right. Okay, fair enough. Unless the linemen were still right there. Right. Nope. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you. That's all I wanted to know. That's really all I needed to know. Yeah, linemen were all over the fucking place. Yeah, that wouldn't have been good. Still would have been a better result than the way it fucking ended. Oh yeah, and by the way, everyone's like, why didn't they do a Hail Mary? Why didn't they call a Hail Mary? And then the reporters asked, and Bill Belichick was like, because he can't throw it that far. And everybody ran with that, thinking like, oh, Belichick hated Mac. Belichick thinks Mac sucks. He's not the guy. Go look where we were on the field. Mac was standing at the fucking 39-40 yard line in the shotgun. Now, I know everyone thinks that NFL quarterbacks can throw every ball 450 yards. You know how far that throw is? It's like a 61-yard throw. Plus, however deep you want it in the end zone. How many teams are calling the Hail Mary, right, at that part of the field? It's not really a Hail Mary distance. The 40-yard line. I watched Jared Goff fail to throw a ball into the end zone from the 50. And I know Jared Goff isn't the best guy to use for arm strength, but like 60 yards is a really, that's... Everyone's acting like, oh, he doesn't believe in his quarterback because his quarterback can't throw 70-yard bombs. Yeah, very few guys can. And how often do you need to throw 70-yard fucking Hail Mary throws? The fuck do you think the league this is? Like, it's just weird to to only go, I only care about if my quarterback can do a once every game throw. You build your team weird. I'd rather have a guy who can throw it pretty accurately about 20 yards. Yeah, I don't know why the Eagles game wasn't flexed into Saturday night or Sunday night. Yeah, we can move on to the next game. This is basically my manifesto about why the Patriots will beat the Bengals. Mainly first and foremost because Zach Taylor has bitch tits. Let's move on. And almost time on an angle too. It's well on across the field. Yeah, and I think it's because Hurts isn't playing, and they should have probably put this in a primetime slot. Anyway, Texans versus Titans, game of the century. By the way, certain games are getting a little bit more time spent on them, by the way. It was simply because, like, this is the next game, which might actually have some weird amount of debate on it. Minshew Mania gonna cook. Pre-Hurts, they would have had to. Yeah, I think so, Vlad. I think so. I mean, this game should be a late night game. The Cowboys and Eagles, not the Titans-Texans. Texans-Titans. Let's take a peek at some of the funner stuff with this. The line, anyway. Titans are only favored by 3.5 with an over-under at 35.5. And then for the experts, where the hell are they? Do they even do this game? Oh, there they are. 85 on the Titans, 15 on the Texans, with all the major experts picking the Titans. I have the Titans winning this game simply because I don't really fuck with the Texans. But do I want Jags fans to be happy? Are Jags fans over the whole 2017 thing yet? If so, then I'll hope the Texans win this game. If not, then I'm going to hope like hell the Titans smack the shit out of the Texans. Texans almost beat the Cowboys and Chiefs recently, so it's a good upset pick. Yeah, I think so too. Plus, the Texans are going to want to win this game more than anything all season. They're going to get the Titans are going to get 1,000% of the Texans' effort to win this game. Not only can they do a few things to their biggest rival, put them in a situation where the Jaguars are in first place in the AFC South, embarrass them, and just I mean that's all the things you want to do. Play spoiler to your rival, really fuck your rival up. But again, no Tannehill. Ooh. And you know what? Backs against the wall. Everything's looking bad for the Titans. Well, yeah, you guys bitch too much about losing. If you guys would have accepted your loss, you'd have stayed a good team, but you guys let that loss just consume you. Now you have Doug Peterson, so you're all good now. He knows how to take losses. Plus, they fired him for no reason in Philadelphia, and, you know, it is what it is. I got the Titans winning still. Whenever this crackhead football team should lose a game, when all the signs point to the Titans being upset, beaten, I said before the season on TikTok, don't be surprised if the Jags do surprise people. I thought they'd be better, but I didn't think they'd be where they are right now, right? I thought Peterson would be exactly what they needed, especially for Trevor Lawrence, but I didn't really expect it to be this dramatic. Plus, I think I was one of the few people that kept trying to walk all the Jaguars fans off the Lawrence cliff. And I kept telling people, no, Lawrence is going to be a good quarterback. He's going to be good. He is the best quarterback from the draft class. It is not close. Yeah, I feel like I was one of the few who's like, guys, his rookie year don't count. Don't even look at this. Because again, Trevor was fucked over by Urban Meyer. Jesus Christ. Please get Mac a real quarterback coach. Jesus Christ, look how much Trevor is with the quarterback coach. No, Ven, for the second half of the season, Ven Lawrence has been the best quarterback in football. Yeah, it's insanity. I knew Trevor would pan out. He was just bad situation. Have a good night, Adam. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping in, man. I appreciate you. I'll probably see you tomorrow at times. You have a good night, my friend. Stay warm. Yeah. But yeah, with the Texans and Titans, yeah, you guys, a lot of upset picks in this one. I like that. I like a lot of people thinking that the upset's gonna happen. Did you know Christian McCaffrey? Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, that's why I said he was like the biggest snub of the Pro Bowl. I don't know why he didn't go when he's the entirety of the 49ers offense and the reason they won that division and the reason that they're doing so well this year. It's like, I wonder if they're knocking it against McCaffrey. No, Nicholas, one of the reasons I said McCaffrey going over to the so we can probably move on, right? We've all shared our 2 cents on the Titans and the Texans, correct? Commanders, 49ers. Let's talk about the Niners and McCaffrey. Now, when he went there, I was like, oh no, look out. This is a problem. You have a Mike Shanahan offense, which is what Kyle Shanahan runs. He runs his dad's offense with a little bit more passing concepts in it. He's a run genius. That's kind of what Kyle Shanahan is. He inherited it from his dad. He's running the same offense they ran in Denver all those years ago with a running back known as Terrell Davis. Now, this offensive system has been waiting for Terrell Davis 2 to return for, 20 years now? When did TD retire? In like 2002 or like the late 90s? So we've been waiting for the second coming of a running back like that into this system for so long. And now we have Christian McCaffrey being put into this system that supercharges running back ability, highlights their super skills, and just lets them destroy football. And McCaffrey has gone batshit crazy since he's been put into this system. It's been beautiful to watch. I don't know if anyone watches any of it, but it's just, it's so nice. It's like, this is the proper usage of Christian McCaffrey, and it's glorious to watch. The proper running back in that system is so nice. Oh my God. It's just like, this is what they've been needing for this Shanahan system to work. Debo's out. I think they're sitting him out just for, just to be safe. What's up, Kenny? How you doing, man? I'm doing good. Hopefully you're doing well. Yep, he's the best running back to be in that system since Terrell Davis. Yeah, and the Commanders have a very good defense, by the way. So the Commanders are also getting Chase Young back in this game, which is why this game is very interesting. You have the best defense in football against maybe the best defense in the NFC, or it was second best defense in the NFC. Too many mouths to feed. I agree with that, Ben. But they'd one of the strengths of the 49ers, they go for players who have zero ego. And they don't care. And that's even scarier than the amount of talent that they all have. There isn't a big head. They don't care. Fucking Kittle doesn't give a fuck. If they win, they don't care. Debo doesn't care. If they win, they don't care. McCaffrey just wants to win. And you can build a really nice football team like that with talented guys, but it takes a while. Oh, you're talking fantasy. Okay. I got you. I hate that the Packers don't play tomorrow. Well, Kenny, you get to watch them on Christmas. That's even more exciting. Do you think that the Niners should keep Brock Purdy? Yeah, I think so. Why not? I think Washington is 4th ranked in defense. I think you're correct. Like Vlad said, yeah. Yeah, I think John Lynch is going to get fired over that, to be honest. I mean, somebody's got to get fired over that situation. Unless you can trade Trey Lance for like a 1st-round draft pick, somebody's going to get fired over that. And it ain't going to be Kyle Shanahan. Sure the fuck ain't. I mean, I'm not wrong, right? Like, you can't trade three fucking 1st-round picks, and the 6th-round draft pick you drafted looks way better in the NFL than him. Yeah, it's a lot of picks. That was irresponsible by Lynch. Yeah, in the 3rd rounder, yeah, it was multiple 1st and a 3rd. Yeah, it was really bad. And remember when we gave the Niners that pick to draft Jalen Waddle? Yep. I mean, hey. Yeah, sorry, Vlad. You guys got to fire Lynch. I mean, he wanted Mac Jones or Fields. And Lynch stepped in and went, nope, we're fucking taking Trey Lance. Kyle Shanahan didn't even want to draft Trey Lance. That's the truth of that situation, by the way. That was John Lynch. He got like a fucking 2-inch turgid boner over a shit quarterback. Yeah, and fucking Mac Jones with that team would be scary as fuck. What, short checking it down to fucking Debo Samuel and fucking Christian McCaffrey right now? Okay. And chucking it out to Kittle? Oh, dude. In an RPO heavy offense with play action with Mac Jones, that's literally putting a glove on and going, ooh, this fits nice. Yeah, Matt could run the 49ers offense with brilliant efficiency. Let's look at some of the odds in this game, because this is interesting, because again, one of the problems here for the 49ers in this game, the demon himself is back, Chase Young, and that could shut everything down on the Niners. What's the odds? Well, 49ers are favored by 7 with an over-under of 37.5, with 99% of the experts picking the 49ers, 1% picking the Commanders. Is this because they believe the Commanders will not score a single point in this game? Yeah, I think he's going to have a monster game. Yeah, I think so too, Nicholas. Packers need to win. We'll get to them, Kenny. They probably will. Well, I forgot who they're playing. We'll get to the Packers. Oh, by the way, Ven, if you're still listening, I hope you're feeling better, man. You said you had COVID. Yeah, it's Taylor Heineke sucks. If I'm them, I would start Carson Wentz. I'm not gonna lie. You might as well. Just go back to Carson. What are you doing? Yeah, man, no problem. I'm glad to hear you're doing better. Or feeling better anyway, or a little bit better. Was it COVID the first time, or were you sick and then you got COVID? It's like, that's bullshit. What unluckiness. Or was it COVID the whole time and now you just were like, maybe I got COVID, and then it was COVID. Doesn't that suck that we just have a new illness that we have to worry about? It's like we have the flu, common cold, you can get RSV, and now COVID. Welcome to 5 illnesses. Fuck. I've never tested positive for COVID. So I don't know. Forgot the details. You forgot. They're both in lose-lose situation. Wentz or Heineke. If I'm watching them, I'm going with Garoppolo or Lamar. Yeah, no one wants to play quarterback for the Commanders. That's the problem. They treat their quarterbacks like dog shit. We're at the Commanders-Niners there, Nathan. You're good, man. You had it in July. You hated it. Yeah. I remember when you got it, Kenny. For the most part, it's pretty treatable, and it's not, it's no worse than the flu. Probably a little less severe than the flu, depending on how you react to it. Damn, that just sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear. I live in trash and squalor, so no, I'm just kidding. You have to try to get past my rock solid immune system. It's like first you got to get past all the THC in there. What happens is a virus goes into my bloodstream, right? And they just start swimming through, and all of a sudden they feel lightheaded, a little dazed, confused. They're like, what the fuck is going on? And then one of my blood cells show up and they're like, hey man, what are you doing in here, man? And they're all like stoned shit looking at him like, you probably shouldn't be in here, brother. Not without a gas mask, man. And then the thing's just like, I think I'm dying. And then the virus dies. I'm pretty sure that's how my immune system fights things. They just basically get drugged to death and overdose. Because my blood's probably like 80% THC at this juncture, so it's fucking poison in there. My eyes got really blurry, watery there. You were on a plane and got it. Oof. Yeah, I think we're pretty good on the Commanders 49ers. Christmas this year, not just for all the gifts, for my grandma that is with us now that almost lost her life. Hey, there you go. Glad you're having a good Christmas. People are probably a little bit more together and united and everything. I don't know right now, Nathan. I don't know. Might chill with my family on Christmas Eve. You know what I mean? I plan on doing the Patriots Bengals, but it's cold. Yeah, it's really cold. It's 6 degrees here. COVID stays in the air like smoke. I also heard smoking ciggies doesn't let you get COVID. It's easier. You're gonna be with family? Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm gonna be kind of busy, so I don't know. I'm with family right now, so I'm kind of looking at like just doing the one game and then this game, and I'll be live Sunday night for Christmas, because Christmas is more like a daytime holiday in my opinion. So at least it always was for me. That's how I always kind of treat it. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about Christmas night. Christmas is over after like 2:00. Is that how you guys kind of treat it? It's like, well, after dinner on Christmas, the holiday's over. We're just waiting for New Year's Eve now. All right. Game of the week. Cowboys versus Eagles. A lot on the line on this game. Let's look at the odds. The Cowboys are 4-point favorites with an over-under of 47.5, with 70% of the experts on the Cowboys, a few of the top people on the Eagles with 30%. Yeah, what are we thinking? Remember, Hurts is out in this one, but if the Eagles do somehow win with Gardner Minshew and Minshew Mania running wild out in Dallas, the Eagles will lock up the number 1 seed, check. The division, check. Home field advantage, check. And I think best record in the NFL overall, too, would be locked up. So the Eagles have a lot they could win this game. Lock up, secure, kind of like, make themselves look really, really good. But again, they are without their a guy who could have won MVP this year, but now that he's hurt, he's completely fucked in that race. Which is why earlier in the stream when I blacked out, somebody said I was saying Mahomes should be the MVP. And I was like, oh, I didn't say that shit. That sounds like a lie. But it would make sense as to why some might think Mahomes could win MVP because of Jalen Hurts getting hurt. I think the Eagles kind of hinted he might miss the rest of the season, just out of precaution. Dallas and Eagles will start the Christmas spirit off with a bang. Yep. And Minshew plays the games down to the line. It's going to be close. Dallas 27. I have Dallas winning 27-24, I think, as well. To the Patriots, yeah, we could get an upset. It's going to be highly unlikely, and the Patriots will have to play perfect, and we'll have to take advantage of Bill Belichick versus Zach Taylor. But it's not impossible, just very unlikely. We can go back over games once we get finished. We don't have much left in terms of like good games. Minshew can still beat the Saints. Yeah. I don't think Gardner's a bad quarterback. He's a good backup. I don't know. I just think Dallas is going to be like, how Dallas just like almost like just lost their last game and didn't look very good in it. What I think happened, have you ever heard of looking past your opponent and being like so squarely focused on like your next game that like you lose the game you're playing because you're like, all right, whatever about these motherfuckers. I think that was what happened to the Cowboys in like full honesty. It happened to the Eagles too, by the way. The Eagles got caught looking right past the Bears, but they were like, oh shit, we got to finish this game versus Chicago, and pulled out the game in the end. But both of these teams took who they were playing lightly last week because they were looking forward to this matchup. And without the Eagles having their star player, their MVP candidate, their probable MVP frontrunner before the injury, that's rough. That's rough. Plus, I like the home splits, so I like the Cowboys at home a little bit here, especially with Minshew. You think Eagles win? Yeah, I could see it. Oh yeah, Mike Leach just passed away, didn't he? Didn't Mike Leach also coach like a number of Cowboys players though too? I think Minshew was really close with Mike Leach though, so you might be right. I think Minshew was like one of the last guys he coached. Before he, man, Mike Leach is so innovative. Literally created so many offenses. The air raid offense. Mike Leach does deserve more credit for being like as smart of an offensive mind as like old dipshit McGillicuddy, Mike Shanahan. The guy literally made an offense. He created one called air raid. And it's a beautiful fucking air air attack offense. He made that, right? That was what he created. Kind of like Bill Walsh made the West Coast offense. Didn't Mike Leach like fucking with his big old fucking stomach just draw up on one of his bellies the whole fucking offense? And now there's just this beautiful offense that I'm enamored with. And it's slowly making its way into the NFL, by the way. Slowly but surely. It's the old system quarterback offense that ruined careers of quarterbacks, which was fucking horseshit, until finally one one non-dipshit coach and Andy Reid decided to go, oh, let's give this fucking system quarterback a chance and put a system around him like he had in college called the air raid. And look at the Chiefs. Oh, look at this. One of them system quarterbacks like Mahomes or Graham Harrell or Colt Brennan's actually one of the greater quarterbacks we've ever seen. Wow. Maybe we messed up on all those other guys we incorrectly labeled as system quarterbacks. Yeah, I hated something for very long, if you can't tell. I had a really, 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 really big problem with the term system quarterback for a really long time, because all that was for a really long time was a way to shit on really big arm quarterbacks. And I'm like, why in the fuck don't they work in the NFL? And everyone's like, dude, like they only work because of a college system and it just wouldn't work. My always retort was like, so you mean the guy who can throw like 80 yards wouldn't work in the NFL with like pinpoint accuracy? Nope. Dude, nope. Why? Well, because they need a system to be good. What happens if you build that system in the NFL? Won't work. And that was considered a good answer. Apparently that was a lie, because it fucking sure the fuck does work. God, I hated this. Now you know now what the new knock against quarterbacks like that is. No. You know what the new knock against system quarterbacks is? They changed the wording up to be slick and tricky about it because they're fucking retards, and they didn't think people like me would pick it up. Now it's called rhythm quarterback. Wait till you hear that buzzword. I know all about this because I'm very much into studying quarterback stuff, but wait till you start hearing rhythm quarterback. Oh, that sounds dirty, doesn't it? That has a bad feeling to it. That's what Brock Purdy's draft big knock against him in the draft profile was. Rhythmic quarterback, needs rhythm to do well. And it's like, fuck you. So you mean, let me break down what that means. The quarterback plays better when plays are working. No. Purdy's big knock is he's a rhythm quarterback. So rhythm quarterbacks, the way that they work is you'll call a play, and then that play will build off another play, which will build off another play, which will build off another play, which will build off another play. As long as these plays are going positive, the quarterback plays better. Say the defense goes and makes a big stop or gets a turnover. He gets the interception, and then the quarterback goes out there and performs and plays really, really good and scores a touchdown. But if he just gets the ball to start the game, they might go 3 and out, or if they just like get if they get just an unemotional stop on like a 4th down and they punt the ball away, he'll probably just get the ball, punted it back. And you can actually see bits and part of that in the way that Purdy plays, right? You can actually see he does do better when the Niners have a big emotional play and he goes out there and he plays way better. Do you see how that's kind of a dirty motherfucking way to... Yeah, it's called offense. Yeah, offense works in rhythm, motherfuckers. It's so dirty to label a quarterback. Wow, he does better when the team's playing good. Or when things are rolling good. Yeah, no, that's a literal knock against quarterbacks now, by the way. He does good because the offense builds off each other, and when you build a competent offense, yeah, the plays look really good and you build rhythm. Yeah, that's literally how offense works in football. The plays are supposed to build off one another. I think a lot of people think calling offense is just looking at a play sheet and going, this play might do good. Let's run this play this time. And then, let's run this play this time. Let's run this play this time. Timeout, we don't know what play to run. That's not how an offense that's not ran by a fucking retard works. No, the plays, you call this play to build to this play, to build to the 3rd down play, to build to a new 1st down play, to build to this play, to build to that play. You might call play A to build the plays D in that drive. You might be calling a play to set up a fake on 2nd down. Like, building to stuff. And it's crazy. It was a weird side tangent. I'm sorry. That's what Matt Patricia does. You know, that's what Matt Patricia does. You can tell that's what the problem with the Patriots is, by the way. You can actually pinpoint the problem of a guy like Patricia. He does not understand that offense is not a series of random plays. And that's his big problem. He doesn't know how to build an offense off each other. He doesn't know how to choose the plays that work really well together. He doesn't understand when to utilize play action correctly. He just randomly does it. It's like, dude, no. If you run the ball 3 to 4 motherfucking times and it goes for 5 yards a carry each time and you don't run goddamn play action on the next run, what are you even doing? Why are you running the football? What are you running the football for? What are you doing? Why are you running the football that much in 2022? What are you, retarded? You a dumb bitch? No, what he'll do is he'll run it 3 times to get like 6, 7, 8 yards of carry on those 3 runs, and then he'll fucking run out. Then he'll do a pass play out of the shotgun and completely ignore the run. Going good, Dennis. How's it going, buddy? Nicholas, I think here's my theory on why we hired Matt Patricia. You know how Mac Jones had everything as a rookie, faced zero adversity, really zero hardship. It was pretty smooth sailing for as far as a rookie goes. And one of the ways you can knock Mac Jones is saying, like, you don't know if he would ever do good with like bad, and he'll never know struggle in this league. My personal belief is, while waiting for a real offensive coordinator to be out of his contract like Bill O'Brien, they hired Matt Patricia to be the offensive coordinator to show Mac what it would be like to have adversity, to build character, to make him a leader, to hope that he's not a yes man. I don't know. We made a mistake. That's my theory. That's my actual theory. Because Bill could have just called offense better all year himself. Oh yeah, dude, we were a top 10 offense last year with Josh McDaniels. You got Saints or Browns? I got the Browns. What about you, Dennis? All right, let's any last thoughts on the Eagles Cowboys? I think everyone's pretty much shared their insight on that one. I know that was one hell of a tangent, but you got the Browns. Fair enough. We're about to move on to the Raiders and the Steelers then. Yep, Raiders Steelers. Sorry, if you guys, you know how I get in, I can get pretty going. Raiders or Steelers are favored by 1.5 with an over under at 38.5 games in Pittsburgh. 53% of the experts on the Steelers, 47% on the Raiders, so it's 50-50. Pretty straight up game. Cowboys play way better at home. Yeah, that's why I have them ending up winning that game. Taking the Steelers 24-17. They play better at home, and Kenny gets back. Lines for next week? Yeah, hold on. Do you need a site, Dennis? Which do you need? Oh, for next week? Which game? Well, we can do that at the end of when we're done with the bulk of the games. Anyway, we're on the Raiders Steelers. Let's get through these last 5 games, Dennis, and then we can look at some next week lines. But right now they only got the on FanDuel, which is what I use for all this. They've only got the spreads. But anyway, I got the Raiders. They can force teams to do bad things. What's up, James? I appreciate the thumbs up, my friend. Good looking out. Good looking out. I have no idea how many likes we're even at. I'm guessing like 14, maybe 15, 13, somewhere around there. When my team loses as bad as they just did, I can't really say they're gonna, Josh McDaniels knows how to beat Mike Tomlin football teams. That's a very, not talked about thing but it seems like the Raiders are inundated with Patriots staff, And one of the things that Mike Tomlin has trouble doing is beating Bill Belichick or, guys like Josh McDaniels, who were the offense of the Patriots. You know what I mean? It just seems like he struggles with McDaniels' offenses. So I kind of like the Raiders. Devontae Adams' birthday. Coming off playing the Patriots, then going to play the Steelers. That's not much of a. I guess the secondary is a lot easier to play against. Offenses are about the same, so kind of a toss-up game. Everyone has their own opinions on it. More people leaning Steelers because it's in Pittsburgh, so understandable. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I mean, the smarter pick is probably the Steelers. I'm probably wrong. I've been fucking dog shit this year with teams. Just showing a little respect to the Raiders after they embarrassed us. Ugh. Well. Yeah, I know. These non-playoff games suck. They're hard to talk about. All right, last four here. What we got? Green Bay and Dolphins. We got Steelers. They're going to be pumped to win for Franco Harris. Yeah, that's another reason. I'm like, fuck. Fair enough. I'm still going to be sticking with the Raiders. I think their defense can shut down this offense. All right, let's take a peek. We got the Dolphins and Packers. This one's in Miami, so good home advantage for the Dolphins here. It's always a little hotter in Miami. 3.5 points, 3.5. Dolphins favored by 3.5 with an over-under of 49.5. And the experts have the Dolphins at 85% with 15% on Green Bay, with a few of the major guys picking the Packers here. But most of them on Dolphins. Packers, and it's raining there on Sunday. Oh, shit. Kenny's even got the weather. I mean, Miami's defense can be kind of beatable at times. So, I mean, the Packers could probably score in this game and keep it close, but ultimately, I don't know. I don't really trust the Packers offense this year to be able to stay in this game. I think that ultimately, if the game does break down and defenses become irrelevant, right now, you'd have to look at which offense could just score. And fuck, I don't think Green Bay can keep up. I would trust Miami's defense to get a stop on this Packers offense before I would trust this Miami offense to trip up and lose to the Packers defense this year. I think people are overhyping Green Bay after beating the two worst records in the NFC. This isn't a knock against Rodgers by any means, but it's nothing against the Packers. It's just I genuinely think Miami just kind of outclasses them on offense to a point where it's like, they don't have the same weapons. If you put Aaron Rodgers on Miami, that's the Super Bowl team. Yeah, home game, the whole season's on the line. They're going to be wanting revenge after the Bills game. They're going to be in good weather, well, at least warm weather. Or I don't know what the weather's going to be like. Don't trust the quarterback who starts 3 for 17. Yeah, that's not good. Didn't finish well either. What's up? You a Broncos fan? We riding? Oh, yeah. By the way, Russell Wilson's back. We'll talk about him shortly in the proxy war. We'll talk about the great proxy war here in a moment between the Broncos and the Rams. We're getting there. Yeah, this game feels weird. Like the Packers could get an upset, but ultimately, again, I think their defense isn't quite enough to stop the Dolphins. And if both defenses collapse in this game, again, I think the Dolphins just can outscore them. I think the Bills are also a lot better than the Packers. I don't know if the Packers have the defense to cause Tua to play bad like that or to stop Tyreek Hill like that. The Bills have a very good secondary. They're like missing like 4 guys and they're still really good in the secondary. Like players who shouldn't be replaceable. Yeah, last few games the Patriots have been owned, sure. Again, he's not playing a defense that's the Niners or the Bills. The Packers are like like bottom 15, pretty sure. Especially that secondary. The Packers secondary is fucking god awful. Rasul Douglas is playing bad, and Jair Alexander has been incredibly beatable. You can't discount pressure also, Vlad. Well, I mean, you're a Niners fan, but you guys were doing more than just there's a reason he was throwing the ball as bad as he was. But again, he plays bad against good defenses, I will say. That's kind of like a weird thing about Tua. You got Patriots losing the Bills? For sure. Cool. Guilty of what? Anyway, let's move on to the next game. Broncos and Rams. This is a proxy war. The 2-4-10 teams, by the way, who sit by each other in the draft status. You know, one of the good things for the Broncos and the Rams this year, despite how bad they played, at least they're both going to get nice draft picks, right? You know, this isn't a game where some crackhead Seahawks fans and some crackhead Lions fans are going to be watching this going, let's go, 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 go. This isn't basically the equivalent of North Vietnam versus South Vietnam, and the Americans and Russians are just fucking funneling shit in from either direction and going, build it up, or Korea would be a better example. Whatever weird example of a proxy war you'd like to use. Yes, this is basically the Seahawks versus Lions. You're going to see a legion of Lions fans wildly supporting the Denver Broncos to win this football game, and a legion of Seahawks fans, for the first time in their lives, wildly supporting the Los Angeles Rams. This is going to be a Nicholas, you have to look at this game not for what it is, but for the actual underlying hilarity of this game. There's two fan bases watching this game, probably more than the Broncos and Rams fans, will be the Seahawks and the Lions fans, because this is the proxy war game. This game is hilariously impactful, because the winner of this game could potentially wind up drafting Jalen Carter. They could draft Willie Anderson. They could be getting their new franchise quarterback with this pick, and you know what I mean? Like, this is a huge pick in this fucking game. You have to think about this. These are the Lions and Seahawks are two teams that should not be picking top 5. And they're both looking at top 5, potentially a top 4, top 3 pick. And you add a top 3 pick to the Lions defense, like what if Jalen Carter drops because of the sudden character concerns? All of a sudden, Jalen Carter's on the Lions with Aiden Hutchinson and that James Houston guy. That's a fucking dangerous pick. Lions defense suddenly, or they had Willie Anderson. What's up, Van? Welcome back. You're good. So you have to think the Lions fans, and this is a very important football game. Seahawks could completely fix their football team. The Lions could build a dynamic defense if they get a top 4 pick, because they'll either wind up with Jalen Carter or Willie Anderson. And then they draft Joey Porter Jr. with their other pick with their 12th pick right now, or their 15th pick or whatever. That's a really good Lions defense. Or if they draft Jalen Carter. Dude, the Lions, this game has no, Van, no, I don't think so. I think they're going to draft one of the, I'm thinking they're taking 2 defenders. But if Jalen Carter or Willie Anderson are there, they're taking both of them because they need the defensive line play. And I genuinely believe they're taking Joey Porter. Or they're going to trade back for Tua's brother. No, I don't care about Watson. Yeah, I think he's guilty somewhat, but I don't really care about any of that. Anderson and Hutchinson together is a nightmare for defenses. Yep, or Jalen Carter up the middle. Yeah, there's some scary things they could do. So this game has weird importance, and I'm going to be picking the Broncos. No, the Lions aren't taking a quarterback this year. No, not Tua's brother. I meant Penei Sewell's brother. I fucked up. They might trade back the second pick. Noah Sewell. Yeah, the linebacker. They might take him too. I don't know. Yeah, they might trade the second pick back to get Joey Porter. Maybe if somebody wants to pick a little bit earlier. Maybe, Ven. That wouldn't be a bad one. So I'm getting tickets for a game. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, Jacob. Do I think OJ is guilty? Nah. I think it was a murder-suicide. And OJ tried to stop him. I actually think OJ was the good guy. And he caught that sick bastard Ron Gold trying to kill that lady. And he made him chop his own head off almost. Ron Goldman. I know their heads were almost sawn off, which is with like one swing. So it's kind of like, who in the world is strong enough to cut someone's neck like that? It was the weak Jew guy. Not somebody else, not OJ. Definitely not OJ. Anyway, let me catch up on a couple things, because Bears and Seahawks might get Anderson and Carter, which I kind of agree with, unless Seahawks switch it up and get a quarterback, which is what I think they're going to do actually, because Geno Smith isn't the guy. I think you draft CJ Stroud if you're the Seahawks, but for an NBA game, that's interesting. Hopefully the Pats don't want to draft another projected 7th rounder. You mean a projected 4th rounder? That's been one of the better guards in the NFL draft, sure. I wouldn't be surprised if the Lions stay where they're at. Who did you pick for Steelers? Raiders? Raiders. Guys, surprise Christmas present. I'm from oh, wow. Oh, yeah, Nicholas. Well, that's fucking cool. I'm pretty jealous of that one. That's going to be a major game. Fucking congratulations. Packers upset. I feel like that one. Yeah, of course I'm being sarcastic. What the fuck? And he even wrote a book about how we would have done it if he had done it. He also has another book, I think, where he talks about how this guy named Charlie did it. Like his alter ego. Big Dolphins for the W, but I'm not feeling confident. I see. I think they extend Geno, but I think they draft a quarterback and let him sit for a year. Yeah, have you heard about what OJ did? Those heads were nearly chopped off with like one swing. Yeah, dude. Who on earth other than OJ Simpson would have been strong enough to inflict the damage that was inflicted upon those people? You have to look at that. That's the one thing that made me go, yeah, he probably did that shit. It's like dude, he brutalized them people. I can't trust Green Bay's defense. That's basically where I'm at, Nicholas, is I can't really trust the defense of the Packers, so I had to go with of the Dolphins. Yeah, I mean, they could also be the team that wants Henson Hooker. I think the Lions should draft Henson Hooker, but it's whatever. I agree Seattle should draft Stroud. Yeah, I think there's other issues. But again, I think the Lions should draft Hooker, but I have my own thoughts. It would be quarterbacks or defensive linemen. Yeah, Cheeto's probably right. Probably in the 2nd or 3rd round, Ven, because he's going to be really good once his ACL heals, but it's going to be a year out. So that's why I want the Lions to get him. I think he'd be a good guy to stash behind Goff, but whatever. Yeah, and he's 25. But I don't really give a fuck about that, whatever. If he can play 10 years, I don't fucking care. As long as he's not 30 and he won't be in the league in 10 years, it's not that big a deal. Caleb Williams is next year, and he's going to be the Texans quarterback in 2024. Yeah, Caleb Williams, you can just put him in a Texans uniform. That's where he's going. Texans are going to tank this year and next year for Caleb Williams. Yes. Because I fully believe the Texans are still going to take Jalen Carter number 1. Here's how I think the draft literally plays out. Jalen Carter goes 1 to the Texans. I don't think the Texans give a fuck about any of these bum-ass quarterbacks this year, really. They want Caleb Williams. 100%. 1,000%. 1,000% they want Caleb Williams. They're not even looking at this year's quarterbacks. What dipshit team would take one of these quarterbacks when you could just suck again and get Caleb Williams? Sorry. You'll never convince me otherwise of that. Yeah, Bryce Young to Carolina was good. They don't want to limit the age thing. I don't think quarterback. I don't think he's that old. But remember, yeah, I understand that, Vlad. Yeah, no, Van, I feel like I'm the only person who thinks the Texans should build up what is a pretty decent defense, actually. The Texans have a decent defense. Go look at their games. They don't really get blown out. If they get blown out, it's like fucking 21-0. Like, it's not like they're like giving up like a million points a game and they're like destitute on defense. No, they're like two, maybe three good pieces away from having a pretty good fucking defense in the NFL, enough to compete next year or enough to build on and kind of like let it develop for a season and then have like 2-3 wins next year and get Caleb Williams. That's a way smarter plan. Way smarter plan. Build up a super team for Caleb. Get a few linemen in the draft as well. Sign a few offensive linemen. Don't bring Caleb into a team with nothing. Don't bring a quarterback into a team with nothing. Yeah, they got to get they need to get an offensive line first. Yep. They need to put a line. Yeah, there's the quarterback savior myth is a myth. Joe Burrow is so fucking rare. Think about it. Like, when was the last guy other than Joe Burrow who did what he did? Like fucking Tom Brady, Joe Burrow, Peyton Manning. Mahomes took over an idea situation. You're not pulling franchise savior in that on that team. Joe Burrow is the best young quarterback in football, dude. I don't know. I don't know what football game you're watching or what NFL you're watching, but once Brady goes, I think Burrow's number one in the NFL. Sorry to tell you. Don't watch football, stupid motherfucker. And then Trevor Lawrence is gonna be number two really, really, really quickly. Any quarterbacks like Joe Burrow, he took a sorry ass franchise in a Super Bowl in his second season. Yeah, exactly. I don't think people understand that. Dude, you don't understand what Burrow does. Dude, no other court. Yeah, I this is bait. This is terrible bait. Whatever. You can think that, sure. Wake me up when Justin Herbert makes the playoffs with a fucking stacked super team. Put Joe Burrow on the Chargers. They win the Super Bowl last year. Yeah, he's better than both of them. Yeah, as a pure quarterback, 100%. Yeah, not even close. What the fuck? Yeah, he's better than Mahomes. Yep, 100%. Mahomes is on a super team. Mahomes has never seen adversity or struggle in the NFL. And Burrow's 3-0 versus Mahomes, so yeah, he's better. Next. That's the easiest thing I've ever had to deal with. Put Joe Burrow on what Mahomes inherited in Kansas City. Joe Burrow's on the fucking Bengals, Vlad. He didn't have an offensive line last year. Joe Burrow didn't have an offensive line last year and went to a Super Bowl. Mahomes lost a Super Bowl in which he complained about his offensive line and cried like a baby after he lost. You know what Burrow did after every game where he got sacked a million times? He big upped his offensive line and said that they're great. Do you see the difference there? Do you see why? I don't know. Burrow don't make excuses. Mahomes does. And that's the difference for me. Sorry, I don't know. Burrow's got his buddy from college in Jamar Chase, but Travis Kelce has been there his entire career. Mahomes had a security blanket named Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Andy Reid. Fucking Joe Burrow has Zach Taylor. It can't be very hard for Mahomes. He inherited a dream situation and one of the greatest offensive-minded coaches in NFL history. Fucking Joe Burrow. What's up, Trey? Joe Burrow got Zach Taylor and the worst line I've ever seen. And coaching is a big deal. Yeah, and Burrow's played great without Jamar Chase this year, so I really don't understand that. Again, yeah, Mahomes has been in the league for 6 years. This is what, Mahomes' 6th season? First year he didn't start. Second year loss. Third year Super Bowl. Fourth year didn't do anything. What is this, 5th year? 6th year? Cool. This is Burrow's 3rd, and he's already been in a Super Bowl. Didn't even inherit a super team that won 12 games the year before he became the starter. How many games did the Chiefs win before Mahomes became the starter? Yeah, even without Mahomes, even without Tyreek Hill, they still have 2 Pro Bowl players on their football team. Isn't that crazy writing? Like, I can do that too. Cool. Yeah, and they still have Kelsey. And they also have Andy Reid, so. Again, please tell me, how many games did the team that Mahomes took over win? Go. And then tell me, how many games the team that Joe Burrow inherited won the year before he became the starter? Go. Go ahead. Tell me. Be honest. I can tell you. I can tell you these answers. I know them in the top of my head. 12 games for the Chiefs. 2 games for the Bengals. Maybe 1. I don't want to hear any fucking thing about any of the fucking who's better. Sorry, Mahomes took over a super team and was given everything, and Joe Burrow took a fucking shitty Bengals team and brought them to the promised land. The Patriots and Tom Brady own Mahomes. I have no bad feelings toward them. The New England Patriots, specifically Tom Brady, has been the single largest deterrent to Mahomes winning more than 1 Super Bowl. So suck my dick, we own Mahomes. He can beat us all he wants in the regular season. I don't give a fuck. I'm not a regular season guy. Sorry. Cool. And you know what? You know what's even funnier about Mahomes? He can make all the throws he wants to. Like, it doesn't matter. They still lost that Super Bowl to the Bucs. They lost the Super Bowl to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I've seen Stafford make them throws. I've seen Rodgers make those throws. Zach Wilson can make throws like that now too, even though they suck. Cool. That's the new thing, I guess. Again, 1 injury to that offensive line. What happens to the Chiefs this year? What happens if Joe Thuney goes down? Answer me that. And I will tell you the results of the 2020 Super Bowl. Answer me that, and I will show you what happened to the Chiefs against the Buccaneers. Answer me that, and I will show you an offensive line with 0 depth and very thin starting ability. Have fun, Chiefs fan. Anyway, Buccaneers, Cardinals. Yeah, your line is dog shit. It has 3 good players on it. Yeah, it's weird. Okay. Anyway. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Wait a second. Hold on a second. Mahomes doesn't own the Patriots at all. We have 6 Super Bowl rings. He has 1. So, why did you say Mahomes owns the Patriots? By your logic, based on Super Bowl rings, your team is a shit stain on my underwear. What are you doing? Why are you playing the ring game with the Patriots fan? What are you doing? Hold on, guys. Hold on. This dude's playing the ring game with the Patriots fan right now. What are you doing? Why are you pulling ring rank? Did you really just try to use rings as a way to say your player's better and then also say I'm mad because Mahomes owns the Patriots with his 1 Super Bowl ring? That's adorable. That's so fucking cute. Oh my God. 1 ring. Aw. I'm pretty sure we won a Super Bowl more recently than the Chiefs did. No, wait a minute. I think they won theirs in 2020. We won ours in 2019, I'm pretty sure. That's cute. I mean, we've won like 6 of them in the last 20 years, so I don't know. What have you guys been up to? Oh wait, you guys were a dog shit franchise that was about to be relocated until fucking Mahomes saved your team from being moved away because the Hunts were done with your loser ass franchise. That's funny. Oh, you didn't know that about the Chiefs, that they were about to be sold and moved because they were fucking dog shit and it was done. The Hunts were over with this fucking team that hadn't won a single thing in 50 years. Wow, crazy. Yeah, if the Bucks lose, it's Dunzo. Yeah, the Bucks got to win this game. Let's look at the lines. The Bucks are favored by 7.5 points with an over/under of 39.5. 97% of the experts are on the Bucks, 3% on the Cardinals. I don't personally really see a way the Cardinals win this game. Their offense is a problem. What? Dude, you just got smacked up, dude. What are you doing? I wish I had one good troll. Whatever happened to Rodgers is better than Brady. That guy actually got under my skin and knew how to fucking troll me and get me going. I wish these new ones weren't so easy because he'd actually like have good responses and he'd be like, I'm gonna formulate. He didn't. No, I mean he isn't. Even that guy gave up that fight. Who do you think is gonna beat them Bengals? What's up? What's up, Bengals? But yeah, I like the Bucks. Personally, I just if the Cardinals had a little bit better offense, I'd probably pick them in this game because they're at home. The Buccaneers' offense is dog shit, but I don't know. The fucking Cardinals are even worse. You know what sucks is the Cardinals are gonna walk in and steal a really high draft pick because they're so bad. Rings are a team thing, not a. This proves. Well, yeah, exact. Trey, I agree. Who's gonna tell him? They have a third string quarterback, and they're with Trace McSorley. Yeah, it's gonna be a nightmare. The Bucks defense is a little too good to lose to this Buccaneers or Cardinals offense. Yeah, they need to fire Cliff. Remember how at the beginning of the year I said Cliff Kingsbury's gonna get fired at the end of the season? And everyone's like, they just signed him to a contract extension. And then all season I've been like, yeah, they're gonna fire Cliff Kingsbury. They're gonna fire this fucking guy. As soon as I seen that contract thing with, we need Kyler to study the playbook, I went, oh, they're gonna fire Cliff. If this season goes badly, Cliff Kingsbury's ass is getting thrown in the wood chipper. And he's getting thrown in the wood chipper. He sucks. He's not a good coach. I'm stunned they even gave this guy an extension. I'm flying up to Boston Friday morning, and I hope this is a possible playoff clinching game. I'm actually nervous about next week's game now. Yeah, man. Well, yeah. To be fair though, Nicholas, Patriots fans are pretty cool, so you won't get like any shit. You could probably even wear your Miami gear, without catching too much of a problem. We're not a bunch of Raiders fans. Ugh. But if you guys lose that game, you're probably gonna get a little teasing. You're probably not going to have some drunk horse screaming in your face, but, you know. Do you see what us Patriots fans have to go through, by the way? Do you see how big of a deal it is to beat us? Did you see that stupid fucking whore yelling at that poor man's face? He was just standing there enjoying the game. Probably a little upset his team just lost. And this fat monster bitch comes flying in from some gargoyle perch where they keep fat ugly bitches and starts pointing in his face like a gremlin. And then her husband probably was like, oh god, this fat bitch is gonna get shot. Fucking bitch. And then the Patriots fan just stands strong like a fucking good person. Stand strong, my brother. And now he gets to go watch the Patriots with the owner. You know how cool that shit is? That's how you do things as a Patriots fan. We're classy motherfuckers. Yeah, the Raiders suck, dude. I hate Raiders fans, but I also love Raiders fans. Like, it's just like, what do you expect? It's the Raiders. They're shitlords, and it's the same thing with the Philly fans. I fucking hate them, but I also really like them. Chiefs good. I mean, it's not impossible. They're probably going to be playing for the AFC title against the Bills this year. Yeah, I wouldn't either. Fuck that. Fuck that. I would never go to an opposing team's game. Well, I'd go to a Jets game. I'd go to a Jets game and talk all kinds of crazy shit. I ain't afraid of fucking retarded New Jersey people. Well, wait a minute. They got that whole city called Camden over there, don't they? I ain't afraid of no New Jersey people. Fuck them. They're all fucking retarded anyway. We'll go Jets. I'd have fun at a Bills game. I wouldn't even be able to be in I'd have fun with Bills Mafia. That'd be a good time. Patriots and Bills fans tend to get along in public. It's a weird thing. We only don't like each other when it's game time, and then we can get along really well otherwise. Because it's like, oh, that table thing they do looks pretty cool, actually. Or my Vikings jersey at a Niners game since I like to split and I got shit thrown. Yeah, California fans are fucking wild. All I go to is away games when UCF comes to ECU. I always go. I would imagine so. Probably lit. No, Niners fans are fucking savages, dude. Fucking unhinged. Patriots fans are classy. We talk a lot of shit, but like we're not fucking brutal. It's like Jesus. We're not like the rest of the Boston fan base. Most Boston fans are about the biggest scumbags on the planet, and then there's the Patriots fans who are pretty scummy, but like, you know, not that bad. Not like these fucking Red Sox savages. Jesus Christ. When I go to Niners games, well, I mean, they have a pretty Hispanic fan base, right? Niners games aren't the 500. Well, I mean, you know, California has a really big Spanish-speaking population. Dude, Red Sox fans are fucking AIDS, dude. Like I love like Boston sports, like with a distant like. I'm like I like these teams kind of. Like I have no use for them because I'm a diehard Tigers fan and I fucking hate them. So, but it's just their fucking fans are wild, and I'm like, listen, I want to like support you guys because I like your Patriots, so I like to support your teams, right? You know what I mean? Like I like to support their teams a little bit, but I fucking can't fuck with the Red Sox fans and the Red Sox because of it. Ugh. Like I don't mind the Celtics. You know, I can support them if all my teams are out. I guess I'll be like, all right, I guess Celtics, go ahead. I don't care about hockey, so I don't even know if they play hockey in Boston. Yeah, they probably play hockey in Boston. That's a stupid statement. Yeah, they pander to him. Most people feel, and that what makes the most and target them. It's not a good atmosphere. I'm one for non-sanctuary because I deal with. Yeah, I don't like to get into any of that shit. Yeah, I can imagine. I have no real opinion. I live in Michigan, man, so I don't really like to speak on stuff like that. But I really also don't see the problem with immigration. Whatever. It's not. This isn't the stream to get for me to get into all that. Yeah, that's a weird one. And I don't have a really good basis to speak on it because the immigrants we get up in Michigan from down south, they literally like they come for like I don't know till it gets cold, and then we don't see them again for a while. Because you got to remember, it's like 10 degrees right now in Michigan. They don't fucking stick around. We get a lot of seasonal workers from places like Puerto Rico and Mexico. But they don't typically wind up living here. So I guess I have like a really different, really odd view of immigration because I'm like, don't they just leave at the end of the work season? Like, what's the big? So you gotta understand, like, I have a whole weird view on it. And they're also really conservative. It's different. They're all, I was gonna say up by me, they're all really conservative and really Catholic. So I'm like, I don't know why people have a problem with these people. They seem pretty polite, but again, I don't know what happens with. Maybe it's different people who come into Michigan. Maybe it's because they have papers to work in the United States. I don't fucking know. I don't. Yeah, let's go to the last game. We're almost at the end, folks. We've been live for 2 hours. Who's gonna win MVP? I think Mahomes will win MVP. You know what's funny? This guy is sitting there screaming at me, thinking I hate Patrick Mahomes. When Mahomes has been my MVP pick since what, like week 10, week 8. I've been like, yeah, it's fucking Mahomes. I'm like one of the only people who in the preseason picked the Chiefs to be like one of the better teams in the AFC again when everybody else was like, they won't even win their division. It's like, yeah, I'm definitely the biggest Chiefs hater. I hate the Chiefs fans because they're all fucking retards except Adam and Eric and like 5 Chiefs fans. But most of them are like this other Chiefs fan in here, and they think everybody hates them for criticizing and not saying they're going to win all the time. But it's like, I'm literally the only fucking person here who didn't think your team was going to blow dicks this year and lose the division. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Chargers and Colts. I don't understand why this is. Yeah. Nickelodeon game on MVP. Yeah, this the Nickelodeon game. Broncos Rams. All right, let's look at the last line. 4.5 Chargers, over under 45.5. Pickwatch has 94% on the Chargers, only 6% on the Colts. Close those down. Oh, the weather's finally warming up. That's good. Chargers win. Yeah, I don't. I know 4 Bills fans that are completely delusional. Yeah, Bills fans are pretty crazed out. 43. It's 7 here and hazy, which means it's probably like a real feel like -1, -5. Wind chill down in like the 20s. Ugh. Cold. Oh shit, it's 12:30. If the Colts win, it would be the most. Yeah, it would take a crazy upset. I am not picking the Colts again this year. I'm putting a rule on the Colts where we just don't pick the Colts until they get like a new everything. We're just Matt Ryan is the worst guy to have on a football. He needs to retire. He's the king of blown leads, the king of comeback for the other team. He fucking can't stop him if he tried. He sucks. Ugh, fuck that guy. Yeah, I'm wearing my two Columbia jackets, my hoodie, got a sweatshirt on, I got a hat on. I'm fucking cold. I'm wearing 2 pairs of sweatpants. Bullshit. Yeah, I don't know why they keep putting the Colts in prime time. Somebody made a mistake with the Broncos, the Colts. Who else had a weird amount of primetime games this year? The Rams, but that was whatever they, Yeah, Broncos way too much. No, Ryan's, I don't know. Raiders, yeah, Raiders run a lot of games too. Yeah, they put Raiders on a lot of primetime games. Oh man, we spent a lot of time. I can't believe that was a 2-hour stream. I did not anticipate that. I guess I went a little long. I'm just looking at something really quick. I got hit with like 3 copyright claims on that stream last night. I don't even know how that's possible. I thought I was pretty good on the. Hey, we have 15 likes total, so that's pretty good. I appreciate that, everybody. If you haven't left a like, consider doing so. It helps the stream out on your way out. On your beef stroganoff, your baked stroganoff. There you go. That sounds pretty good. Beef baked stroganoff. All right, guys. You guys think that's about good to call it tonight? We've been live for a minute. Usually the stream's like substantially shorter, but I think we've accomplished all the goals and we've had a good time. Plus we have to be live for tomorrow. Oh, you're baked. Oh, okay. Oh, you're baked. I got you. You have a good one, Vlad. You have a good rest of your night, my friend. Well, stay warm out there. I know you're saying it's like 42, but that's fucking cold for you, so stay warm. You just got. Wait, who is that? This Nick. What's that word? Acting like I don't know what he's doing. Not gonna. Can't get someone who's used that on people before, Jags. You can't get someone who's used that on a teacher before. I got a different set of balls. I've been using that name since like middle school. So that's one of my favorite ways to prank people. Write your name in on a sign up thing as that, and then fucking have fun when they yell that name out. Just the looks you would get, just sitting there with this look on your face because you're just like, oh, I made somebody say a really bad word. I'm glad the internet was a lot smaller when I was growing up and trolling wasn't a big deal. Boy, would I have been in trouble in the modern era. They'd have kicked my ass off the internet. Good thing I grew up though, huh? Matured a little bit once I turned about 25, 26. Deleted all my old spicy takes on the internet. Had to get rid of a lot of Twitter posts. No, have a good one. Have a good one, Kenny. Nothing really too bad. Mainly just me saying faggot a lot and screaming at people. Telling people they're retarded and they should play a video game and off themselves in it. It was brutal. I don't know. Have a good one, Kenny. I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Thank you guys for a fun stream tonight. Good try, Jags. Good try. Tell your buddy Mr. Jur to get a job and, you know, let it go. There's only one way. You got to be so spaced out with when you say that first word. You have to basically put as much sentence as I put between all of that and the first and last word of that, between those two words. Or else, boy, oh boy, could all of that be clipped out, and does that look really bad? Jags is like, got him. I'm making the clip right the fuck now. We got him, boys. All right, though. Thank you guys. Fun stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a happy Christmas if I don't see you. Happy holidays if I don't see you again. Hopefully I'll see you next time. But anyway, go Lions, go Tigers, and of course, as always, go Patriots. Thank you for a fun stream. Take it easy for the rest of the night, and stay warm out there. All right.